Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Continuing with the BJCP style guidelines, we're on 11C Strong Bitter, which is also known as a ESB, but we'll get to that in just a second. So, for this particular style, I'm doing a beer I've never actually had before, never reviewed it. It's really surprising considering, this is Bass, so you can see it in many bars around the country. And this is interesting if you look right there on the label, product of the USA. So 11C strong bitter. Let's get right into the specs here. Overall impression: an average strength to moderately strong British bitter ale. The balance may be fairly even between malt and hops to somewhat bitter. Drinkability is a critical component of the style, a rather broad style that allows for considerable interpretation by the brewer. Now let's get into comments and history and all that stuff. Comments: in England today, ESB is a fuller's trademark, and no one thinks of it as a generic class of beer. It is a unique but very well-known beer that has a very strong, complex malt profile not found in other examples, often leading judges to overly penalize traditional English strong bitters. In America, ESB has been co-opted to describe a malty, bitter, reddish standard strength for the U.S. British type ale and its popular craft beer style. This may cause some judges to think of U.S. brewpub ESB as a representative of this style. Wow, that comment section right there. I don't know who wrote that, but that is like they just copied and pasted that off of some random Facebook comment. That's how it reads to me. It does not seem like that was professionally written at all. It's like completely subjective and like there's no sources cited or anything. So in the next revision, they should really rewrite that. I'll rewrite it if you want. So the history is pretty much the same. Actually, this is the only one that actually has a history instead of saying C category introduction. But and characteristic ingredients also pretty much exactly the same as the 11A and the 11B. Style comparisons, they basically say, it's comparable to American Pale Ale, but with, more malt flavor and esters. So you can pause and read that if you want. The vitals, 30 to 50 IBU, so that is like pale ale, almost IPA territory. 8 to 18 SRM, so definitely darker than your average lager. And 4.6, 6.2 ABV, so, it's anywhere from session to, fairly strong. All right, I've been rambling. Let's go get this in the bottle and get drinking. All right, so I've got the Bass out of the bottle and into the glass is what I should have said. But anyways, let's dive right into the aroma. Not much here. A little bit of kind of the sweeter kind of maltiness that was in the other two beers, but a little bit of floral hops. They might be American hops, probably. I mean, if it's made by Budweiser in the United States, so slightly floral. I don't know, and I've let this sit out for a while, so it should be, plenty warm. But little toasty, bready malt on there, but really, really not much else. Pretty disappointing. Let's check the specs. Aroma. Hop aroma, moderately high to moderately low. Alright, I'll probably put it at low. Typically with a floral, earthy, resiny, and or fruity character. Yeah, maybe floral. Medium to medium high malt aroma, optionally with a low to moderate caramel component. Sort of. Medium low to medium high fruity esters, sort of. Generally no diacetyl, though very low levels are allowed. I think that's like the exact same as 11A and 11B. Yeah, not much here. Really disappointing. I think I'm gonna say 7. Even that seems a little high to me. Appearance, well, it's got a nice appearance. Again, tawny color. Pretty much the same color as the previous two beers. Nice kind of deep amber copper hue. Probably a 9 SRM. Yeah, 9. Not quite a 13. Well, maybe. Yeah, I put it between like 9 and 12 or something. So, very clear. Had about a 2-3 finger off-white froth when I poured it. It's probably going to stick around, so looks pretty good on that part. Let's check the appearance. Light amber to deep copper color, good to brilliant clarity, low to moderate white to off-white head. A low head is acceptable when carbonation is also low. So, yeah, good-looking beer. I'm going to go the full 3 out of 3 on appearance. Flavor, I guess we'll find out. Cheers. Well, it's interesting that this is considered a strong bitter because there really isn't anything strong about it. I mean, it's 5.1 ABV, so technically, yeah, it's a little bit stronger than the previous two beers, but not by much. As far as the flavor goes, I mean, it's very much the same. In fact, this would, in my opinion, could be considered either an 11A or 11B. So, yeah, it has the kind of toasty. I will say of the three beers I've had so far, this one is like the most toasty of the malt, but it's not the sweetest. So it's more, look, it's toast, like lightly toasted. Definitely nothing roast or burnt or anything like that. And you get a little bit of like a caramel sweetness somewhere in there. Yeah, so kind of a gentle, dry, earthy kind of hops up front. Just enough to kind of get a little bit of bitterness in there. But it doesn't really need a lot because there's not a lot of malt sweetness in there. Very, very mild beer. Let's check specs. Flavor, medium to medium high bitterness. With supporting malt flavors evident, I'd say low. Supporting malt flavors, yeah, true. The malt profile is typically bready, biscuity, nutty, or lightly toasty, and optionally has a moderately low to moderately caramel or toffee flavor. All right, so yeah, it says nutty, lightly toasty, true. Moderately low, caramel or toffee, true. Hop flavor, moderate to moderately high, typically with a floral, earthy, resiny, or fruity character. I'd say low hop flavor. Hop bitterness and flavors should be noticeable, but should not totally dominate malt flavors. Well, they don't. Moderately low to high fruity esters. Really don't get much in the way of fruity esters there. Optionally may have low amounts of alcohol, not at 5.1. Medium dry to dry finish. True, it does have a clean aftertaste. Like, I wouldn't say it's bone dry, it's just clean. Generally no diacetyl, though very low levels are allowed. So yeah, I mean, they made a point of saying in the specs there that, you know, it's a very broad range, rather broad style, allows for considerable interpretation by the brewer. But at the same time, like, it's really not living up to the specs. Like, it's what's there, but like it's just low instead of, you know, it should be up here and it's more like down here. I think I'm gonna go 12 out of 20 on flavor. Maybe we'll come back to that. Mouthfeel, probably put it about a medium. Yeah, medium body, medium low carbonation. It's very smooth. It's not refreshing, but you know, it's really easy to drink. Let's check the specs. Mouthfeel, medium light to medium full body. Low to moderate carbonation, although bottle versions will be higher. Stronger versions may have a slight alcohol warmth, but the character should not be too high. Yeah, so it's there for the mouthfeel. I'm going to go 4 out of 5. Overall impression, I'm going to say 6, which is pretty low. That's a total score of 32 out of 50. I guess that's about right. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.